Hey, this is Dragon Feather and holy hair! Yes, I cut my hair because I used to have my hair like this all the time and I really liked it, so I cut it. Yeah, that's not the video. We're not making a video about Dragon Feather's hair. So anyway, I'm here to make a video on changing your behavior. I know this, you're like, changing my behavior? What are you talking about? I'm talking about trying not to be as judgmental as possible. And by this, I mean in the slightest bit. And I know it's really hard because a lot of humans like will see someone and be like, ooh, what's that? You know, that's a judgmental thought, statement, face, gesture. I'm here to say to be open-minded not only about religions but about everything in your life, because it's not, the topic is not controversial. It's the way we think about it and the way that we talk about it which is controversial. For instance, like abortion. Instead of having such strong feelings against something, you should really be more open-minded to it. You should really be like, well, I wouldn't really know unless I was put in that situation. I honestly think men can have opinions on abortion, but they'll never understand the depth of it because they'll never be able to bear their own children. And so I think anything that a man says about abortion, if it's like, oh, abortion's wrong and blah, 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 like, that's really fucked up to say. I mean, you're not a woman, you're not, you know, that's not your deal. But we're not making a video about abortion. That was just an example. But in today's society, even the slightest thing that we see is like, what the fuck? Like, people will be like, wow, that looks bad. Or like, it's like, well, what if they like it like that, you know? At least they're not like dropping bombs on you, you know? Then, you know, like, the whole thing with like stereotypes is bad. I mean, like, I love me a good stereotypical joke, but I will never ever put it to like being like real. Like, the stereotype that white girls can't dance, like, excuse me, I can dance, okay? So, I mean, I was on the dance team at my school for a year, so I can dance. So, yeah. But try not to put people into boxes before you get to know who they are. After that, then you can put them into boxes. Like, this person is definitely gay, you know? And that's not a bad thing to be gay, and everybody's like, oh, you're gay, that's terrible. No, it's, you know, I have gay friends. They're awesome. They're some of the coolest people I know. And, you know, I think in that case, being an outcast, like, those people have more, like, they're more open about things because they know what it's like to be judged. Like me with medication. I'm very, very, very against it. And it's just the way I believe it. And nowadays, like, I'm trying to be more open about it, you know? Like, yeah, it's probably not the best for me, but if I don't take it every single day of my life, it's not gonna ruin me. If I don't, you know, take it if I don't take it to the extreme, it won't be a problem. Like, if I really am in a lot of pain and I just take a little bit, you know, for that one day, you know, it's okay. And I know that, and it's totally not a big deal. In most situations, people believe that their side is the right side, or their side, like, they can't even comprehend the other point of view. Now, I can't comprehend me personally being gay. I don't think I could ever handle that ever in my life. But because of that, for my feeling, like, I don't think I could ever be a lesbian. But for people who are, like, I am not going to be the ones like, how are you, like, gratified? Like, that is their thing. That's none of my business unless they feel comfortable enough to tell me that. You know what I mean? So, it's, really not bad. I'm really trying to tell you guys not to be on the offensive side. Being on the offensive side with anything is really, very, unless you're trying to fight someone about something, like, you don't hit children. Like, that is something you don't do. And if you're trying to be offensive in that way, then it's fine, but that's not the point. If you're trying to be like, oh, you know, Wiccans are this and Christians are haters and blah blah blah, it's like, dude, for real? You're just being like the Christians if you're going after them. I mean, like, Christians who hate on Wiccans, who don't even really know what it's about, that's really rude. And ignorance is not a good thing. And the only thing that makes, to me, the two things that are really bad in humanity in general is arrogance and ignorance. And those two things really fucks a lot of things up. And I think those two words pretty much make up stupidity in my mind, so that's just me. If you're ignorant about something, instead of being like, dude, that's stupid, you should ask them. Ask the person who knows about it before you go making judgments, because in all honesty, in like a court case or a court decision, you can't make full decisions until you have been presented with all the evidence as a juror. You can't make a decision without hearing what the other people have to say. You can't make a decision based on just what you're doing. Like, let's just say the guy's going to jail or getting a death sentence for murdering this person. Well, you don't know he murdered somebody until the evidence has been presented. He tells his side of the story, the other person tells their side of the story. Until you hear it, put it all together in your head, connect the dots. You don't know shit, bro. So don't be like other people. And people are like, oh, the world's so terrible. Well, the world's so terrible is because in this day and age, we're very judgmental. And I mean, like, think about it. Girls, we're pressured into looking so fancy, so fit, so hourglass body shape. Not everybody has an hourglass body shape. I don't. And so, like, people need to, instead of being like, this is the perfect way to be, there is no perfect, okay? There is no perfect. That's not gonna happen ever. So be real. Seriously, be real. Embrace people for their differences. Don't really like lash out, like be like, oh my god, you're blonde, so you must be stupid. No. In fact, one of the smartest people I know is a blonde. One of the dumbest people I know is a blonde. Therefore, that just tells you that the stereotype is totally irrelevant. And there's stereotypes in everything, and I don't need to tell you about all the stereotypes. But, you know, I have my stereotypes, and it's really sad when the majority of a racial group, religious group, sexuality group is that stereotype. Is that stereotype, because the people who aren't, it makes it look really bad for them. And us pagans, we pride ourselves off of being very open, very accepting, and very, like, you know, supportive. And the majority of us really aren't. Like, I've seen videos like, oh, the Christians are gay haters. Okay, not all the Christians are gay haters. One of my best friends is Christian, and we have a gay friend in our group. She's not a gay hater, you know? And bottom line, don't be one of those people who has this perfect idea of how everyone should be, has this default characteristic of how everyone should live their life. Don't be the kind of person who is okay about one thing but judges someone else for something else when they're really relatable and almost interchangeable in nature. This is the one in the pagan community. A lot of people think guys are gay in the pagan community, which is totally not true. One of my friends is gay and pagan, which fits that stereotype, but I have another friend who's not gay, and he is pagan, and he loves his pagan religion. And everyone's different. I mean, some people are going to fit the stereotypes, some people really aren't going to fit the stereotypes, some people are going to be in their own stereotype, like, wow. You know, but you shouldn't be all crazy. I mean, like, I get weird looks. For the way I dress, I get weird looks. I get like, what the hell? Like, I go to a school where it's predominantly people who, girls who dress in really short shorts and cut off tops, and guys who sag to the middle of the earth and almost trip themselves. So because the way I dress, I get looked down upon almost. And I surprise so many of my teachers because I pretty much get straight A's, and the way I dressed totally suggests otherwise. So all of my teachers have told me, like looking at you and getting to know you has really taught me that, like, people aren't who they seem. Like, I seem at first glance like, oh, she's probably a druggie, you know, listens to that screamo. I listen to the screamo, but I also listen to dubstep. I also listen to dubstep. I listen to rap a little bit. I only listen to Eminem, really. And, you know, I can handle certain country. I like Taylor Swift, okay? But it's not like I'm just like, yeah, you know, metalheads. I love metal, but I'm not like pro-metal, anti-everything else. I'm very diverse, and I try to be diverse because you'll find amazing things in everything. So, you will. It's just the way it is. Another thing is you guys, as I said, to not be judgmental. That's a really big thing. And it's really hard not to be judgmental. I catch myself being judgmental all the time, and I make rude comments still. And I mean, I'm only human, I'm only 16, and I have a lifetime to make myself as best as I can be. And I understand that. But I try to be conscious about it all the time. I try to be, you know, I try to be the best I can be all the time, knowing that the best I can be isn't going to be the same all the time. So I really try my hardest to pretty much be a better me. That's what I live my life by. And there's a difference between not liking something and being judgmental. Now, me personally, I don't like rap. I don't like it. But I'm not judgmental about it. I don't think people who listen to rap are stupid. I don't think people who listen to rap are just want to get a piece of ass. Like, I don't think that way. That's the difference. I just don't like the way rap sounds. I honestly think it's a little amusing sometimes with the stuff that they sing about. You're just like, really, dude? Like Nicki Minaj. She's crazy when she raps. It's hilarious. But I'm not one to be like, oh, she's a crazy hoe, you know? Or a stupid hoe. Anyway, I think she's entertaining. I don't like all of her songs. I think the only one I can handle is Super Bass. She's funny. She's entertaining. And you know what? That's why she's famous. Blah, 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 blah. She's crazy. But that's okay. I don't be like, oh, Nicki Minaj is stupid because of that. Oh, Nicki Minaj is so, like, ignorant because of what she raps about. Oh, Nicki Minaj, this and that and the other. It's like, no. Nicki Minaj is Nicki Minaj. I don't know her personally, so I'm not gonna say shit that I don't know about. I'm not one to talk trash, and when I do, it's because someone has done something to me that's really hurt me, or really been, like, fucked up. Just try to keep a good head on your shoulders, like I said, and try not to judge people, even though it's hard. Try to not hate on people. Don't be a hater. I see hate messages all the time, but personally, I've never gotten a hate message. I mean, I've gotten messages like, oh, I'll pray for you, because blah, 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 but those of you who look at the comments or, like, actually comment on my videos will see that's the way I reply isn't like, oh, well, fuck you, man. No, I reply in a very, like, way that's like, okay, well, thank you for your concern, but I don't really need it, you know? I am what I am, you are what you are, and we'll just move in our separate ways. I'm not like, well, fuck you, man, but I'm around people who are like that. I won't say names. I guess that's all I have to say. So, I hope you guys learned something. And for any of you guys who have any questions about things or who have phobias of certain people, and you want to learn how to get rid of it, please personally message me and we'll talk about it. And I've been through a lot. I've gone through exercises to help me not be certain ways and not think certain things, and like by doctors. So I'm not a doctor, but I can provide some sort of help. But yes, until next time, blessed be, and bye.